Day 41. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it's like 12 after. Sun rises in less than 2 hours. And if today is a 20-mile day, today is my best shot at doing it. So I'm still a little tired, and I'd rather be in bed still. But I'm going to get up and try to get some miles in before it gets too hot. So it's supposed to get up to mid to upper 70s today, and I'm going to be walking on a levee, no shade in the sun. But there should be a breeze, so it should be pretty okay once I'm up there. So I gotta get moving. Good morning. About a mile into it. I was awake an hour before sunrise, which is happening in front of me, and it's really nice and pretty. Nice. I did some math a second ago. If I keep my current pace, 3.1 to 3.2 miles an hour, it will take me less than 6.5 hours of walking to do my 20 miles, which means I could be done by 1:30 or 1 o'clock. By 12:30. But I'm going to be taking breaks, and it's going to get warm later. You know what? Being in camp by the time it gets too hot would be really nice. So that might be the goal, 20 miles by 1, which is probably not going to happen. Let's be real. Okay, bye. Holy sunrise, would you look at that? Let's enjoy this beautiful sunrise as I bitch about yesterday's bus ride. So here's what happened. I get to the restaurant where the bus says they're going to stop at like 8:45 or so in the morning. Bus is supposed to arrive at 9:35, so plenty of time to be there. I sit down outside the restaurant on benches next to the signs for the buses that will stop there, figuring that's where the buses stop because that's where the signs are. The guy, I guess the owner of the restaurant, came out at one point to get something out of his truck. And I asked him if this is where the buses stop, and he said yes. So I had that assurances that that's where things stop. So I sat there. 9:35 rolls around, no bus. 9:45, no bus. Still okay because, sometimes buses run late. They can't really have a set schedule, specific times because, traffic. 10:15, like almost 45 minutes after the bus arrives, they're supposed to arrive. Hang on, there's something I want you to see. That's what I stopped for, a snail. So back to the bus. At like 10:15, I decide I'm going to call to find out what's going on, if the bus has been canceled or what that day. I get somebody who does not speak English on the phone, which is fine. It's a Spanish-speaking primarily bus company, probably based out of Mexico, which is fine. And I guess he says he's going to have somebody call me back. But anyway, the line gets cut. I figure something's happened. In the meantime, somebody with a phone number I don't know from Lake Worth, Florida, was calling me. So I pick it up. It's the bus company asking if I'm at the bus stop and if I will be traveling today. And I said yes. They asked me, do I see the bus? And I walked out toward the street, and I see the bus leaving. And I tell them so. So I lose the connection at one point again. I call back. Hi, I'm trying to get on the bus that is leaving. What's going on? They tell me the bus driver is waiting at a light near where she would get back on the freeway. And I say, that's a mile away. It'll take me 20 minutes to walk there. At some point, the woman I was speaking to, she was having to translate English to her manager, I guess, or Spanish, which is okay too. hang on, I forgot. She asked me if I can go to where the bus is. I said, that's a mile away. It'll take me 20 minutes to walk there. At some point, she says something about they're having trouble with the driver. And I cannot be sure if she said trouble with the driver or trouble communicating to the driver or getting a hold of her or something like that. So anyway, they asked me, well, can you come back tomorrow? Can you put you on a bus tomorrow? I said, well, I have to get a new hotel for that, for tonight. And she says, hang on. I'm on hold for a little while longer. Do not get hung up on. And she comes back and says, the bus driver will return to you. Please make sure you can be seen. So I take my stuff from beside the restaurant where the front door was and all the signs, where, I mean, by all appearances, it's where the bus should stop. And it's the address where the website says the bus should stop. So I walk out to the street, say I'm wearing my bright orange jacket, I can't be missed. About 10 minutes later, the bus shows back up, and the bus driver was remarkably rude. Where were you? I said, I was right there at the restaurant. And I saw you leave. And she says, no, I didn't. And I go to show her my ticket. She says, go, get on the bus. Or get on the bus. And I think the problem was really the bus driver herself. I have a feeling she showed up. She said she was waiting 10 minutes, but I don't know if that's true. She might have to wait 10 minutes to call, but why didn't she call right at 10 minutes when she got there? Maybe she did, and it took them 10 minutes to give me a call back. Because when the first call I got, it was the bus leaving. Anyway, I got on the bus like an hour after the bus was supposed to pick me up. Got to Okeechobee an hour and a half, almost 2 hours later than I should have. Got to Okeechobee when I was expecting to be in camp. The 6 mile walk to camp was fine. Actually, it was really kind of nice. It's surprising how fast 6 miles can fly by after you've hiked 400 something. So that's what happened with the bus yesterday. And I think it would have been a lot easier if I spoke Spanish far more fluently than I do. But I really think the problem was miscommunication and a bus driver being a dick. So how's that for a tale to ruin your day? All 6 minutes of it or so. Jeez. One last thing about the bus thing. The people on the phone were actually really great. I have no complaints over the customer service I got from them calling me, in fact, to make sure I was going to be on the bus or not, and then to check to make sure I got on the bus. So yes, that the phone calls were great. Customer service was fine. The bus driver, I think, was the biggest problem. The secondary goal today was to do my first 10 by 10. That's 10 miles by 10 a.m. And I'm going to hit it at 10 o'clock. So I'm going to get 10 by 10 at 10. So that's in like 15 minutes or so. And then it's going to be lay down, take a nap break type time. Okay, any second now, 10 by 10. Actually, 10 by 10 at 9:58. Here it comes. Come on. Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. There it is. Okay. Now I can go take a break, which I think is going to be under yonder palm tree over that way. Up there dead center is the bridge, which is basically my goal for the day, somewhere around there, is 20 miles for the day. It looks a lot closer than it actually, or farther closer than it actually is, because that's how far away it actually is. And it is like just over 3 miles, so I guess that's not too bad. And now that I will have done a 20-mile day on purpose, I don't think I'm going to do it again on purpose. I'll just do it by accident somehow. I'll clearly be able to do it. I just feel like nothing, but why bother? Well, I'm at 19 miles. 1 more mile to 20, then everything is bonus. But I think I'm going to have to do more than that, because I think the mile is going to be right around where that bridge is that I have to cross over. So I think I'm going to go ahead and have to cross the bridge. I kind of don't want to, but I'd rather Yeah, I want to do more than 20. I want to do at least 20, and then I don't want to camp at the bridge, so I'm going to have to go across the bridge. And it doesn't look all that terrible, really. Traffic doesn't seem all that bad, so it should be okay. And then camp on the other side of the lock. This is port. I think it's a port. It's Port Mayaka. Dig it over. I'm tired. Well, here's 20 miles for the day. Longest day ever. And I'm not camping here. One, that sign says no camping. So I do have to continue on. Going over that bridge. Hooray. Then camping. Somewhere over here is camp. Oh, 21 and almost 21.3 miles, and greatest distance ever. Probably longest time ever. 6 hours 51 minutes, and I feel good about it. I'm beat, but at least it wasn't a bunch of uphill bullshit. So all flat, and this is as good a spot as any, I guess. So welcome home.